Tell the broskies out there what'd you end up doing last night?
So we went to an OTS store.
Yeah, sneak peek championship.
Sneak peek championship tournament, and we played. Initially we were thinking it wouldn't be, anything too crazy, but we ended up having 5 rounds. It was over 20 people competing.
It was about 25.
25 or so. So we had a little match, and wasn't little at all, but we ended up doing pretty well. Broskies, I did it all for you guys. I ended up getting 4th, although I firmly believe I deserve 2nd.
Yeah, those damn points.
Yeah,
those points will get you.
Points. I just think if it had been that I played against the guy who got 2nd, I would have won. But I played against the guy who got 1st, and he won. But he also beat me.
So we're gonna get in the deck profile, and you'll show us what you did on the side, right?
Yeah. So we're gonna go into the deck profile, and I'll show you how I decided to side out for this one. Just kind of the main setup.
Okay, let's get into it.
So, as you can see on our new Ignition Assault sneak peek mat.
This is the last sneak peek play mat, huh?
Last sneak peek play mat.
No more sneak peeks.
No more. But
This is good. You went out with a bang.
Yeah, I did. It was pretty good. Pretty solid night. And as you can probably tell, start off with that 3 Una. Everyone knows that. And a lot of people last night were trying to lock me out of playing with Unizombie. But, it's the way life goes. Next up, we got a triple Shiranui Solitaire. Easy one. Easy, light work. With double Necro Banshee, which again is just like a terraforming for your zombie world. Double Mizuki with double Gozuki. And I was actually using Gozuki a lot more than Mizuki last night.
Would you bump it up to 3?
I would bump it up to 3 actually.
How do you feel about Mizuki at 2?
Mizuki at 2 is fine. It's a really good card. I'd prefer...
No more, no less?
Yeah. There's not necessarily a reason to have more than 2 because I had both in the graveyard, but I couldn't have any more than that really. 2 Glow Up Bloom.
2 is perfect, right?
I think 2 is perfect. And we do 2.
You didn't want to see it in your hand, right?
Yeah, I ran into the problem last night where I had a couple times where I drew it and I was like, well, I can't do anything with this. But the only good thing is, with cards like Unizombie, which constantly come to the hand or onto the field, you can get rid of it. Double Doom King, which quite frankly, I thought to myself, I was like, damn, I might get the 3rd one. I might get 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these guys in here. And Vampire Fraulein, easy light work right there. Followed by triple Ash, which really, I'm sorry, I pissed a lot of people off with Ash last night because I'm used to playing and waiting for Keanu to go through his full plan and then Ash the biggest thing, but I was just stopping people before they could start getting through their combos, which I think you should be more mad if I didn't, if I just let you go through the whole thing. Double Bigfoot, double Thunderbird.
I saw you popping a lot of back row last night.
Yeah, and you have to. Everyone was trying to set up a full back row. Everyone was trying to set up full back row and then flood the field, everything. Danger Nessie.
Also, for everybody out there, Solomon Great is still a deck.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
Apparently. And the thing is, I had the right cards to combat it, but it's just... It was rough. It was hard to play through, really.
I Nibiru player twice, and he still proceeded to win that game. Shout out to Eric, man.
2 Mothman.
That was nuts.
Eric, I talked to him after. I was like, hey, how many times did you get Nibiru today? He was like, I don't know, 6. I was like, I didn't know what was going on. Ben ended up Nibiruing them or something like that. So I got 2 Chupacabra, which really came in handy last night. It did get me a couple of wins. It was either really great or it wasn't, because like if you draw it in the first turn, you can't really do anything with it.
So would you cut it to 1 and maybe up another one, or maybe like one Agapogo, one?
I might say that because Agapogo is fantastic. If you pair Agapogo and Chupacabra together, that's great. But we just haven't done it. 2 Danger Snake. You know, the Tsuchinoko. 2 Jackalope, which, funny enough, I did not use Jackalope once last night.
You just didn't see it?
No, I never saw him. Every other card in my deck I could get to except for Jackalope. And now you already know terraforming. I was going in last night and I thought maybe I'll slip 5 or 6 in here, but thought that might be unfair. Triple Zombie World. And the good thing is, like I said, there are so many different ways to get Zombie World out.
Did you play one of those Dino players last night?
I didn't get to.
But that would have been an auto win for you, right?
Yeah, pretty much. That's what I'm saying. If I had gone against some of those other people, because the guy that got second played Dinos.
Yeah.
And the guy who got 6 played Dinos. I feel like if I had gotten to play them, then it would have been pretty easy.
Actually, I think 4
instant.
or 5 of the top 8 were playing Dinos.
Yeah. Next up, we got our Book of Life, which really, even Book of Life I didn't use. That was an easy one. Whenever I had to side out, just take it out. And Foolish Burial. Last night was one of the first times that I started drawing Foolish Burial. Yeah. I drew Foolish Burial a lot, and I kept using it every time.
And that's a super extender right there.
Yeah. People were one guy was like, damn, a Foolish and a zombie deck? Why do you need that? And I was like,
To win?
I don't know if you're trying to be sarcastic or what, but, you know.
How many times did you super probably?
Every game.
Who was that guy you played in the 4th round? He was going for game. He was pushing for game and super.
Oh yeah, yeah. So oddly enough, in game 4, match four. Sorry, the Broskis actually faced off.
They paired the Broskis together.
They paired the Broskis. I was currently undefeated.
It was game 3. I was like, swing for game, and then he was like, super poly for game.
Yeah, I did super poly. Super poly got rid of Danger Snake, so it came onto the field.
Yeah, special summon itself.
Special summoned my Nether Soul Dragon
off of my Regilex and Maximus.
Yeah,
and that was a good time.
People were trying to avoid it all night. Every single time someone would get 2 cards on the field, I'd be like, Super Poly?
Super Poly?
Every time.
Game?
Funny enough, though, I got Super Poly 3 times. I got Super Poly 3 times when, in the very first match. Very first match, a kid just shows up out of nowhere, a literal child. And I was surprised because he was a lot better than I was expecting him to be, and he was playing with, Lair of Darkness. Link Karibo. Mess around Super Poly me every game. Avenged Savior. You guys already know what all these do. Avenged Savior came in pretty handy last night. Real easy way to throw your Doom King out. Vampire Sucker. Whew, I was tributing cards off left and right with Vampire Sucker.
Yeah, a lot of people don't even know that effect.
Yeah. I mean, you can tribute your opponent's monsters. So, yeah, I'm going to do it. And then special summon that monster back. Or special summon a monster back, then tribute it off. Nightmare Phoenix and Nightmare Unicorn. We already got it, you know. I played
into a Phoenix a lot.
I did, actually. If I felt uncomfortable playing Vampire Sucker for whatever reason, I would just go into Phoenix. And then everyone had some kind of back row, so I would just get rid of it. Curious, which still, I really haven't used Curious like that. There's part of me that's kind of thinking we might move it around, see what's going on. Next up, we got our Red Eyes, which I should have gone into Red Eyes a lot more than I did last night. I think if I had, especially with maybe that last game, I could have done a lot of damage because I had a lot of cards in my graveyard. Next, the big boy, one of my faves. I got that Draco Berserker. I kept that Draco on me last night and it paid off because every time someone was like, oh, let me just activate this, I just banish it immediately. And it pissed a couple people off, but hey, you know, I don't know. I don't have anything to say to you. Abyss Dweller up next. Really didn't use Abyss Dweller that much, but I did.
You played a lot of Salamangreat and opted not to use Abyss Dweller.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, he kept cycling. He kept getting rid of my cards. The only thing I could keep on the field consistently with Salamangreat was my Doom King.
Yeah.
So next up, got our Hope Harbinger, which I did get to play, but it didn't really work out for me too well.
He just had too many answers.
Yeah, too much. Next up, we got our Thousand-Eyes Strick. I put Thousand-Eyes Strick on the field last night, and I was like, I think it was against him, and I was like, all right, Thousand-Eyes Strick, and he was like, no. And I was like, huh? He just kind of said no and then did something to get rid of it, and I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. Next up, classic Super Poly Target, Starving Venom. Although, in my deck, I thought to myself, you know, I can use it for this, or I can use it for my fave, because I typically have Zombie World on the field, so I opted to use it for my fave most of the time, which was the Nether Soul Dragon, and that got me out of a lot of jams last night, actually. When I was playing against an ABC Gadget, he decided to attack, and I was like, well, your monster's going to go to 0, and it won't be destroyed by battle with this card, so, you know. Next up, we'll go ahead and talk about our side. And what we did...
Just run through this really quick.
We went ahead with our double Denko. We got some kaijus for you. Double Lancia. Triple Dark Ruler No More.
Did you ever use that?
Dark Ruler No More, I actually didn't get to. I did side it in, but I didn't draw it when I did. So, Cosmic Cyclone, which I think I put in once and I got to use it when I did. So, I was pretty happy with Cosmic Cyclone.
Yeah, because it doesn't destroy and send it to the graveyard.
Yeah.
Where was that shit in the game?
Yeah, so, Anti-Spell Fragrance.
Thought there was going to be pendulums.
Yeah, we did. I mean, honestly, I was glad that I had it just in case. And then finally, double Eradicator Epidemic Virus.
Did that put in work?
I played it, and I think it was a great move. Although, one ruling kind of threw me off in that, you know, I was pretty sure it's just as long as you control a trap, you can't have it. Like, it gets destroyed. So it doesn't matter whether or not I might know whether it's a trap. You know, so you should get rid of it. But, you know, maybe comment down below. Tell me if I'm wrong.
Yeah. Also, guys, make sure if you like the deck profile, you know, give us a like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Especially if you're a frequent viewer, right, Kane?
Yeah. Yeah, we have a few people who are still straggling. They're still here watching the videos, but you haven't, like, committed to it yet. And, hey, I want to tell you, like, all the cool kids are doing it.
But, hey, I mean... The broskies are topping, so, I mean, get on the train.
Yeah, and the only thing is, we're going to come back even stronger than before.
Yeah.
So after this experiment with Salamangreat, I'm going to, you know, I'm going to figure it out, and I'm going to win next time.
Yep. So, I guess that's it. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, let us know what you changed about the deck. And we'll see you next time.